Greetings. It is I, D3 of Ninth Veil Productions. I've been fighting this thing of self-pontificating in front of a video camera for some time now. You know, you do a lot of research and you do a lot of studies and you form your opinion, and then you just jab podcast about it. Everyone's got a podcast. I've been putting this off, not really wanting to do it, but been told to do it, said I should do it. Don't really have the studio for it, never the right time, never the right desire. Using the webcam that I bought, I have better equipment, but it's a lot of headache to set up. It's a real mess anyways. Alright, what am I doing here now? I'm basically 50 years old. It happened. It sucks. I feel like I'm dying every day, a little bit worse. And you can't learn enough about it. But the whole time, I don't know, I was raised Christian, Bible, church, study, learn, question, confuse, drop it, go do some other things, keep going, come back around. So, long story short, over 35, 40 years of looking, watching, reading, talking, interviewing, meeting, absorbing, discerning information and things that are going on. I'll be honest right now, I don't actually have a lot of friends that are liberal Democrat or Republican conservative or Christian or Satanist, because I don't prescribe to a left-right duality paradigm. I have gone plenty deep to realize that life is about balance between polar dualities that are built into every single level of existence and creation. There is one truth that everything, science, politics, religion, you name it, there is one truth that cannot be ignored, denied, is that there's always left, right, hot, cold, up, down, man, woman, light, dark, good, evil, negative, positive. If you can think of it, there's an opposite to it. And then there's also a trinity, a third thing, a balance between the two. Also, that I have done a lifetime of video creation, filming, movies, you name it. Study script, studied the Bible, which is called Holy Scripture, the Word of God, the story, the greatest story ever told or retold and retold. A lot of my people that I've always enjoyed, they might give a little bit of this yin-yang duality here, a little bit of lip service, but they're always off. I was into the Alex Jones for a few years. Back when he first started, he was very cool. I quit jamming that guy a decade ago. The COVID nonsense brought me a little bit back into paying attention, but I never fully took the bait. David Icke, love the man, only can go so far. there's something, this is the reason I call my channel The Ninth Veils, is because a guy named Don Hawkins wrote a paper that I found 15, 20 years ago, and it was called The Eighth Veils, and I just modified it a little bit to be my own words and my own understanding of what these veils might be, because, his was good, but I have a little tweak of my own. I think that's part of it. I love what David Icke always says, is that none of us have the answers, but all of us have some of the answers. Okay? And I have a saying that you're not a book. You're not the Bible. The Bible is the Bible, and you're not a book. This is for all the Bible thumpers out there that just geek out on the Bible as if it's the only thing that's ever existed. And you have a life. You have an existence that's not in the book or any book. It's your book. It's your life. It's your story. It's your birth. It's your problems. It's your hero's journey. But that book is, you can't say it doesn't exist for a reason. It's here for a reason. It's the first printed book, the most widely published book. I love what Jordan Peterson said recently. He said that all books as we know them are kind of come from the Bible. So what was before the Bible was the scrolls and the other things, and then the other things, and the Sumerians and the Babylonians, and then the Egyptians, and then the Anunnaki. And then I just read yesterday Cyrus the Great, the king of the universe. Cyrus the Great. I never even knew of this guy. I've been Mithra and Krishna and blah, 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 and Hindu and blah, blah, blah. I know about all that stuff, but now I know about this guy named Cyrus, like Billy Ray Cyrus. Nice name, by the way. Probably a stage name. Somebody who did them homework probably knew Cyrus was the god of the universe. So, we're here, and there was steps that got us here, and history repeats itself for a reason. Because the human condition, as far as we can tell, is eternal. The human condition has been the same condition for 20, 30,000 years, maybe more. We have these cataclysms that you turn on the Ancient Aliens or the whatever shows, because now they're everywhere, and it's crazy. We have all this knowledge now. It's just biblical. I'll do more of this, but the reason I'm talking is because something important has happened, and I'm already getting sick of seeing it being talked about by these cool dudes, these good guys, these heroes. Yeah, that's right. They're falling for it. They're taking the bait. Oh, the Ninth Veils. I will be posting this a little more. Maybe I should finally get off my lazy ass and make a Ninth Veil video. I guess maybe I will. More work. And again, I don't even know if anyone's going to listen to this. I don't know why I'm doing this. Maybe they're going to send an agent to my door and kill me because I fucking know too much. I don't know. I don't trust anything anymore, but whatever. I trust in the script, the great whoever. So the 9 veils are these veils of perception, these veils of understanding, these veils of reality here. So this guy wrote a book, or a story paper. He said, first veil is 90% of the 7 billion people. They're just keeping their lives together. Like they're feeding, they're bandaging, they're having a family, they're going to work, they're just barely getting by. And I can believe it. I've seen a lot of these people, even people you think are okay, they're just barely holding their lives together. So that's 90% of the world. So the next veil, if you pierce out of that, if you can escape that survival thing, and go to another deeper level, you find politics. Many blood-sucking creatures, by the way. That's what the politic is. And then 90% of people are stuck in politics. They can't get out of that veil. They can't, climb up and get out. So they're in the politics here. And guess what? there's only two sides, two wings, two heads. The standard. Two serpents facing each other. Democrat, Republican. And they both say, democracy. Democracy. Our democracy is at stake. No! Does anyone look up the definition of what democracy is? Democracy is majority rule, minority lose. In a democracy, I can go here to grab the neighbors and we can make a vote. A vote that we paint your house pink. And if 51% of us say your house is pink, guess what? Your house is pink. You have no say. It's a fucking democracy. That's what it is. Majority win, minority lose. Right, wrong, no one cares. There's only popular opinion. What if it's two wolves and a sheep? I'm hungry. What's for dinner? Well, wolf one number two. I think I want to eat some sheep. Sheep, what do you want? Ba, some grass. Oh well, we want to eat sheep. You're coming for dinner. And your dinner. Where are your rights? Where are your freedoms? Where's your humanity? Democracy is fucking horrible. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the Republic. Republic for which it stands. So the United States of America is a democratic republic. Means we can vote on some things, but not everything. That's why we have the 10 Bill of Rights, like the 10 Commandments, something, 10 of something, that's cool, I'm fine with that. So 10 do not touches. Boy, do they like to touch that. So back to the ninth veils. First 90% can barely get by, the next are into politics, but guess what? The first veil's hoarding the 90% of people that got out of the survival. So that's it. It hit me the other day. That's why we care about politics, because even if you escape and go to the second veil, you're just 10% of that fatter veil. So all the media, all the corporations, all the powerhouses, all the banks, everything is in that sliver there. And, as far as what we can tell as the masses, again, 90% are just bred in circus. The people that believe in politics, Biden, Trump, Putin, come on, Putin, whatever. That's there. That's all you got. And what I've learned here, very importantly, is if you're stuck here in Veil 1, you don't see Veil 2, Veil 3, Veil 5. You don't see these other veils. You can't. And if you're up here and you're talking to someone down here, guess what? They don't understand you. There is no bathroom. So what we have here now is the horse and pony show. The theater. Now, if you make anything visually, professionally, semi-professionally, there's a saying out there, and it says, if it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage. Let me repeat, please, everybody, pay attention. If it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage. Meaning, if you don't have a script, the actors can't act. There is no reality TV. I mean, sure, in some documentary somewhere, you might have filmed something that actually happened, but for intensive purposes, if it is on broadcast, if someone paid to put it up the air, not this fucking YouTube shit here, it has a script. Someone wrote it. That means someone had to do it and act and they had to craft it. So everything you see in the fucking news, which is ran by 2 or 3 corporations now, maybe 6 a few years ago, but do the math, whatever, it's very few people are running shit right now. So you get the very consolidated concept, the very consolidated idea, all the time, including social fucking media. The stupid Facebooks, the X's or whatever. these stupid heroes they give us. Recently, 2, 3, 4 days ago, Donald Trump had an assassination attempt. I was the first stupid fuck to go out there and just type my little ass off and say, it's bullshit. It's a story. It's a movie. I'm fake shit for a passion and a hobby and a pastime. I just think about faking things and confusing people and tricking them. That's all I do all day because I want to make movies. And that's all a movie is, movie magic. I want to make a bigger muscle, inject it there. No, these are real actually. But some people put oil. Some people put steroids. Some people use AI. There's many ways to fake even this right here. Can't fake the sweating. I'm going to be sweating soon. It's so hot in here. I'm in hell. Anyways, I'm watching this Donald Trump story. And now I see everybody. Out there. Jones and JP and blah, 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 and the Democrat and the Republicans and everyone out there saying, oh, Donald Trump got saved by God. And I argue with a few of my friends here, and I tell them something, and they don't want to hear it. But I have other friends that are wizards that understand, that can see it, that know, that have gone along with the learning and the growing and get what's happening here. I have a prediction for you all. Donald Trump is the antichrist. Quite possibly. 30 years of waiting for this day. I always imagine I'd be about this age, mid-40s to 50s, when the end times would happen. Seemed very viable. I gave up on it, trust me. Right before COVID, I was like, fuck it, it's not going to happen. The world's just going to be a big steaming ball of shit. It's just going to get worse, and we're just going to have a nightmare. But then the COVID's fucking scam happened. That's a whole other video. And I was like, oh my God, they did it. They shut down the world. How can they shut down the fucking world? They don't even really have a world government yet. But they did it, so that means they must. That means they do. And they did. And then I was like, this is probably the beginning of the end. So I'm paying attention now. Saying the Bible exists. It's here for a reason. Look at this. Look at this hand. What is the hand? What is steel? What is bones? What is atoms? What are teeth? What is any of this? How is this all working? Why am I not a puddle of goo on the ground? It's impossible. How's it even a video? How's it internet? How's it 5G? How is it any of this shit? I cannot make this dumb webcam. No one can that I know. No one I know can make a webcam from nothing, let alone your fingernails. So, long story short, I acknowledge and understand that this is such a miraculous moment. Even the ability to speak. We're the only creature that can speak. It's a fucking miracle to even use words. And we have languages and cultures and blah, all over the place. So this is no accident. Something made us. I call it the great whoever, the great mind, the great ineffable, the creator. And if he can hold together, or it can hold together the atoms in these bones. Oh, look at this, a watch. It's keeping time, the battery's working. If the great whoever can keep all this happening, it surely can script you and guide you. And if you read the Bible, there's over 100 verses that say you have no control. Free will is a joke. I always say we have the illusion of free will. A strong illusion. Because your ego needs it. Your ego needs to say, I fucking did this. I picked up this drink. I'm going to go turn on the fan. You could also call that causality. I'm sweating and I'm hot, therefore I must be cool. But I'm hot for a reason. Hold the video. Back to where I was coming from. We'll get into all this stuff. I've been waiting for the antichrist my whole life, even though I gave up on it years ago. I've been waiting. So COVID happened. They shut the world down. I'm like, oh my God, this is it. It's happening. Now what's next? I was like, talking to my Uncle B. Uncle B, Mr. Bible. What's next? We had the red heifer, and we had the eclipse, and blah, 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 blah. The head wound. Somebody needs to get shot in the head. And then they need to die. And then come back to life. Or something like that. Something like that. Because we don't know. These are words that have been translated thousands of years with some dude who had a vision. John the whoever had a vision from whatever, however, and I don't know if you've been drunk or high or had a dream, but you get the vision, and I don't know. You see some weird shit, it's hard to write it down, and then, play the game of telephone. Hey, why don't you pass this down for 2,000 years? So I'm waiting for a leader to get, and guess what? 3 or 4 days ago, the guy who I've already been saying is probably the Antichrist because of the time and the things that are happening. And like I said, it's hard to disagree that the things in the Bible aren't happening. I don't know what that means. Does that mean it's true? Does that mean it's the only truth? Does that mean, I don't know, I'm watching. I'm skeptical. But I'm also not naive. Like I said, I fake thing. Over the weekend, I gave myself heat stroke. I feel like I'm dying right now, by the way. Something's wrong with my heart. I probably won't even live. Who knows? But I spent the whole day, 12 hours, faking that I was in a jungle, killing an imaginary monster with guns that didn't shoot anything, but very real dehydration. Ugh. And we did a take, and I'm like, no, do it again. We did the take. No, we talk about it. Do this angle. Try it this way. You work it out, and then you're like, yeah, that's it. That's dialed in enough. The people who watch this will say, that's real enough. Or, wow, that shit looks great. I'm going to give you some money and sit in a movie theater seat and watch it. It's that good. You faked me. You tricked me that good, asshole. And then here we go. The very next day, I see this fucking assassination bullshit. And maybe it's already 23 minutes. I don't want to pontificate forever because this pontificating shit, I don't know. If I'm talking to myself or there's somebody else out there who might enjoy understanding that this is a completely different take on reality. I'm not going to get out there and keep saying the same nonsense, left, right. Fuck you both. You're both wrong. And I'm going to tell you this. Biden is a Satanist with a satanic agenda. It's why we can't stand him. And Trump is a Luciferian with a Luciferian agenda. It's why the other people can't stand him. Together, we cannot stand either of these dipshits. And you're saying 350 million Americans, anyone could be president, and this is what it is? These two dipshits, because it's the devil and it's Lucifer. But look at this. Oh. One body. One arm, one hand, one body, double-headed eagle. Satan, Lucifer. What are the characters? Lex Luthor, the Joker, Jesus, Mithra, the sun, God, Krishna, blah, 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 Buddha, blah, blah, blah. The hero with 1,000 faces also has a villain of 1,000 faces. Now, the Bible likes to say that the world's dominated by evil, that Lucifer, Satan, has been given control of the world, and I tend to believe this. I tend to believe here, again, in the realm of duality, that the earth is a half hell, maybe a little bit more into hell. I seem to just have a little bit more of a shitty experience than I do an orgasmic experience here. A little more of garbage. Had some good times, but I feel there's a slight slant. I'm sure you might agree. Buddha agrees. Life is suffering. So we got Biden, we got Trump, Satan, and Lucifer. Satan's been defiling everything. Our children. Cut off your dick. Cut off your dick, little boy. That's right. Do it now. Cut it off. Cut off your tits, lady. You don't need your tits. You think you're a boy. One of the examples. I'm sure you understand our nation, United States, the world is just descending into a devolved moment thanks to the liberal nonsense. But then you have Trump, the great white hero, the golden boy of the hour. But this is the deception. They gave us something so vile, like Biden, and then you run over to the Trump because he's the best thing next to the Biden debacle. But guess what? You're running right into the arms of the antichrist. And it's deceptive. And that's the point. Deception's the key. Anyone can calculate strength. Anyone can calculate obvious. If you're going to play chess, you're playing the long game. Unless you're 3 years old and playing checkers. You're going to calculate. You're going to make moves. You're going to pretend. You're going to play dead. And if I was Donald Trump, I would fake my own assassination attempt as well. Sherlock Holmes is a badass guy because he can think like a psychopath. Because he's not afraid to go there. Most people cannot go there. The elite psychopaths run the world. That's a whole other video. I made it before. I'll make it again. People cannot fathom this. But it's happening. You got an evil wolf here and another evil wolf here. There is no good guy. There is no vote for Jesus. Because we the people are the good guy. And we are destroyed from our lack of knowledge. For our locked-in, low-veil, bullshit, left-right paradigm duality, mind fuck. But that's another story, how we got there. So, I'm going to try to stop this in a minute and a half because I want to stop at 30 minutes. Maybe I'll make another video, I don't know. But anyways, long story short, I am calling it now. Stop worshiping the Antichrist. Donald Trump is most likely the Antichrist. It's going to be an epic adventure watching him rise. I promise you now. This assassination fake bullshit, perfectly timed, perfectly everything. Maybe I'll dissect that in the next video. But this thing is such a fraud. Don't buy into it. But what are you going to do? What can you do? It's going to happen. The masses here in this first veil, they are a left-right. There is a duality. There is a bullshit duality. There is this government nonsense. We are going to get the new president. It's going to be Trump. And then he's going to make a peace deal with Ukraine and in Israel, Gaza. And we're going to love him. The world will love Donald Trump. He will have brought peace. And that's when you got to buckle up. That's when the story's gonna get good. I've been waiting for this my whole life. Something here told me. My first episode. Thank you for joining me. I hope you can enjoy it. I had a good time. Bye.